I scared you, huh? Welcome to the show. Weekend Review with Wookie, Episode 3. Today, we're going to be talking about pretty much the ongoing beating the dead horse bullshit stories that are permeating the airwaves about hurricanes and politics and immigration and crime and the high price of Pop-Tarts. And joining me this morning, I have the world famous, world renowned expert from the government, Abby Someone.
Yes, I'm here to help, and I'm from the government.
Cotton Ministries in the house, in the chat. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Anyway, Cruel Beer App should be here at some point. I don't know. We will see. He could be doing something else. Bunny will also be here a little bit later if he gets here in time. Well, if we're still on. So he's doing stuff as well. So, real world stuff has to take precedent over this make-believe shit.
Really? Does it?
Does it? I don't know. So, on today's list of shit, we have Kamala Harris to the rescue, FEMA loves you, immigration again, and Trump, no tax on tips, Social Security, and interest deductions on car loans. Holy shit. And he was at Coachella.
Not singing at the Coachella.
And dancing. But he was there.
Not the music festival.
Not the music festival, but there was about 100,000 people there, so it was his own festival.
Yes.
It was TrumpCon. Holy shit.
Oh, a lot of people were there at that place.
A lot.
A lot of people
there
talking.
Were a lot.
Dennis Quaid was there.
I heard about that.
And there was another guy here.
You watched that, didn't you?
There was the guy, the billionaire owner from Undercover Boss was there. I didn't remember his name though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Whatever.
Cool. But yeah. So we had a good show last night. By the way, if you guys had missed it, the Cryptids and Conspiracies show that I do with T Bunny. And we simulcast that on both of our YouTube channels, both of our Rumble channels. We had a good time last night talking about if Frankenstein was possible. Please, if you have time, check that video out that's out there now. Like I said, on our Rumble channels, mine or his, or the YouTube channels as well.
Yeah.
They're there. We had a good time. Everybody did a little bit of research, and it was kind of eye-opening. It was really eye-opening because Abby wasn't undecided anymore. He was kind of in the middle. That was a holy shit moment for everybody.
Just because I think I'm in the middle because of technology is kind of advancing, so I think at some point we might have that scary thing in the room.
No shit. It kind of makes you wonder why the government's practicing for a zombie apocalypse,
Yeah.
But yeah,
and we'll look back at Walking Dead as a how-to guide.
Shit. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, everybody give that a watch if you have a chance. Great subject matter. Next Saturday night we'll be doing werewolves or lycanthropy.
Werewolf.
Why are you talking like that?
It's okay. I'm easy.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Kamala Harris to the rescue. She was. Where was she? Was she in Tennessee or North Carolina for this photo op? Do you recall?
Whatever is the probably safest place. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably East North Carolina.
Yeah.
Anyway, she did a photo op.
Oh, yeah.
And it was basically, it's all it was. It was a photo op, little press conference deal. They had a bunch of supplies, National Guard, probably North Carolina. etc. And they had some, I think it was on a tarmac somewhere, planes or helicopters. And once it was over, she left, and supplies didn't go anywhere. Ooh, she's too cool.
Imagine that.
They didn't go anywhere.
Supplies not going where they're supposed to go.
Yeah. And on top of that, that no one really seemed to talk about, but it was kind of exposed by people on the ground. Not specifically there, but there was a convoy of 4 tractor trailer loads of, food, water, supplies, generators, all that stuff like that, was heading out to a specific destination in western North Carolina. The governor, the Democrat governor, Roy Cooper, found out about it, was made aware of it, and ordered it to be diverted to Asheville, North Carolina, which is a predominantly Democrat-run city. I wonder why he did that.
I don't know.
I thought FEMA was in Asheville already.
Oh, are they any better?
Yeah. Who knows? So. Yes. Greetings, fellow infidel.
Infidel.
Yes, it's B-Dog.
Aloha Snack Bar.
Yes, Aloha Snack Bar. Or in England, they call it Alan's Snack Bar. Alan's Snack Bar in merry old England, and Aloha Snack Bar here in the States. A lot of Hawaiian food, poi, pineapple.
A lot of eggs and spam.
A lot of eggs and spam and barbacoa, which is like, pig.
Yeah.
Which is not a halal food. By no stretch of the imagination. Gotta love those islanders. Anyway, so we
just need to drop a bunch of pork in the Middle East and see what happens.
Who knows? Yeah, that'll be one for Ripley's Believe It or Not. But yeah, so a lot of shenanigans still going on in North Carolina. Apparently, Chimney Rock is still being blockaded, and supposedly they were letting residents go in, to show your ID, blah, blah.
Allegedly.
And they were allegedly letting go in. Well, apparently there's been some video surface of people being denied who are residents and have ID that shows their address at Chimney Rock, being denied access to their properties, their town, whatever. So whoever the law enforcement agency is that's there is not really being cooperative with the citizens, and appears to be part of whatever the current narrative is for FEMA and the government.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. There. From what I also heard was that there's a no-fly zone in there now. Well, in Chimney Rock. No-fly zone, no drones, no nothing. Kind of sounds like a couple different situations I remember not too long ago, like Lahaina, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And also, I don't know, what was that one dude that basically blew up his RV in the middle of the street in some town that coincidentally across the street from or next to the building that housed voting machines after the election in 2020. It was like
it was a residential area, I thought.
No, it's a downtown business district. And it I don't know. It's kind of weird. If you had a terrorist or some psychopath that wanted to end themselves, you wouldn't think that they would have some sort of a warning system broadcast over a freaking loudspeaker from their van or their RV saying, please leave the area. You're in danger.
Yeah.
That actually was
this was the with the AT&T building that went down.
Yeah, and they had
this was in Tennessee.
Instantaneously, no fly zone, no drones, no reporters, no nothing. Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the funny thing was the building that was across the street, not right next to where the van was parked, had more damage than where the building next to the van. I think the one across the street actually collapsed.
Might have.
But they wouldn't let reporters in there, and that story fucking buried like all hell. The only thing
it was like right after Christmas when that happened one year.
It was sometime after the 2020 election, yeah. And those machines were sequestered to be audited, from what I remember.
Yeah.
But oh well. And now they're not having
the machines that didn't have any internet access and stuff, and weren't supposed to be on the web, but we're on the web.
Yeah.
And you can access them.
Yeah. And people were going, yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
The alleged United States of America.
Allegedly.
United States of America.
Allegedly is still a free country. Allegedly. Yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We're allegedly going toward communism.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But so yeah, there's no fly zone in Chimney Rock and blockades now. They still don't have an accurate accounting of bodies because the media is still going with the 200 bodies count, which is complete bullshit because we know hospitals have been told either by their one hospital administration ordered the staff to not divulge any information on bodies, body counts, numbers, or anything like that. That comes from a source who is a friend of the channel who knows somebody that works allegedly at the hospital. So, and then FEMA sites were asking for more body bags. So,
well, you know what it's
refrigerated trucks with bodies.
You know what it's going to be, Wookie. You know, they all died of COVID. That's what it was.
Yeah,
they all died of COVID.
They all died of COVID.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
COVID.
They all died of COVID.
Or climate change.
Climate change.
It was climate change. Here's another thing that was really funny. The Hurricane Milton. Decepticons. Cave of Collectibles. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah. So Florida, Milton. It looked like it was going to be the frickin', doomsday of all doomsday. Literally split Florida in fucking half, and it's going to all be the apocalypse to end all apocalypses. And just before it hits ground, what happened to it? It dissipated.
Fizzled out.
It fizzled out massively. It built up, and then it was the biggest thing on recorded fucking history. And then just before it hits ground, it fizzles out. Now, yeah, there was a lot of destruction, a lot of shit hit the fan. People were dead. People were affected. Floods, all that shit. It was bad. But it wasn't as bad as it was looking like it was going to be.
Well, they were saying a day before it was still an F5 and it was the day out.
Yeah. And then
I don't know what it was when it hit, made landfall.
It was lower. I heard it on the radio, but I can't remember I don't know what it was. It was like a Cat 5, and then all of a sudden it went to I don't know, 2 or 3 or 1 or some shit.
Yeah.
It went down substantially. It still had over 100-mile-an-hour winds because, look at the fucking stadium. Got tore the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And
it did hit other regions of Florida harder than it hit,
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay, I think, took it on straight on.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It actually, it did not follow the originally anticipated track direction. It kind of deviated farther south, didn't it?
You mean weathermen were wrong?
Well, I don't know. The computer modeling that tells them what to say was probably wrong.
Yes. It's like Lewis Black said. The CIA is full of frustrated weathermen.
Yeah. Yeah. But, the one thing that Florida had going for it is Ron DeSantis.
Yes.
Ron DeSantis had his shit together. He knew what was going on. He was strategizing this shit a long time ago, had everything ready to go in place, and executed it immediately after it was done. Got everybody evacuated prior to, people that could get out got out. So he did a good job. He did a great job. And
he's a good governor. I don't know how
yes.
he'd be as a president. I mean, he didn't have a good showing in the primary.
I think my opinion in this whole primary thing was that he was being manipulated.
I do think he had bad people around him.
He was being manipulated to be a thorn in the side of Trump, and it was the classic just rhino Republican bullshit establishment that was, I think, feeding him shit.
Right.
And because you look at what he does in Florida, with the hurricane and everything, and other situations, I think he's a good strategist. He's a good guy to have on your team, for sure. But he did a great job in Florida. I think, it sucks. There's loss of life. There's, families displaced. I mean, property gone. Memories, your life, it was all destroyed.
Yeah.
It sucks bad. It sucks real bad.
Yeah. B-Dog's right. B-Dog's right.
If he didn't do the VP nomination. Yeah. Yep.
Well, he dropped out of the race and immediately endorsed Trump.
Yeah, he did. He did. Because I think he realized it was not the best thing. It was not in his best interest, and it wasn't in the country's best interest to be strung along, to be the puppet. I mean, come on. They had him wear the boots with inserts in them. I mean, dude. Yeah. I mean, come on. Don't, like the old fucking, what's his nuts? From, Rubio. They did the same fucking thing.
Tiny hands.
Yeah. I mean, dude, don't fuck with. Wear the boots, great. Don't put the inserts in it. You look like an idiot.
Yeah.
He is a great governor. He is.
Yeah.
He is a great governor. But
I'm the governor of Florida. We're going to take care of these hurricanes.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding and everything like that. And then Trump put up like almost 300 linemen in his Mar-a-Lago place.
Doral.
Or Doral. Free.
Yeah. Free.
Yeah. Free. Oh, the greedy billionaire. He gave shit away for free.
And he had him and Musk went down and got Starlink set up
for free.
For free. And
all that shit. He
got supplies and water.
Yeah, water, food, medical. A lot of generators. And
but according to the corpse in chief, Trump hasn't done anything.
I think that the civilians, Samaritan's Purse, Trump and Elon have done more than FEMA has. They did more in the first fucking week than FEMA has done in the last 2 by far. Because FEMA fucking hadn't even been there in a week.
Well, the thing is though, once the government showed up, people were saying, that's when the problem started.
Yes. Yeah.
If the government hadn't been there, people would have been better off.
Yeah.
Because they were helping people, helping each other.
Good stuff. How's it going? Welcome. Yeah, we're still talking about the parkours in chief.
Yes.
And Bunny's learning late. I think he's still at church. He said he would get on as soon as he got home. So we'll see if he gets here. But yeah, welcome, sir. I appreciate you guys being on. And great campaign, by the way. Eat good stuff. Awesome campaign. People got to go check that out. Check out good stuff. Let's see what else is on the old shit list. Ah, yes, FEMA loves you. FEMA loves you so much that FEMA will send a Black Hawk helicopter over your staging area with relief workers and food and medical supplies and tents and everything for volunteers and blow it all the fuck away.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Yeah.
And come back for a second pass.
Well, they're trying to cool them off, is what it was with the rotors.
They're trying to cool, rotor wash.
Yes.
Right.
Trying to cool them off.
Right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, FEMA loves you so much that they sent a Chinook double rotor bad boy with jet engines in the ass end of it over another place and blew the shit out of that too. Actually, that one had 2 people injured at that location. We actually had to have medical treatment at a hospital. And the helicopter actually landed, and the pilot said, oops. Yeah, that's what the witnesses said. The pilot said, oops. Any seasoned pilot, in the military especially, knows damn good and well what rotor wash can do.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going over a residential area or an area like that with people walking around, and he claims he was looking for a place to land. Okay, circle the fucking perimeter.
Yeah, look around, dipshit.
Look around. Circle the perimeter. Don't fly straight over the place and then fucking hover like I'm a sightseeing tourist taking pictures. Da-da-da-da. You know, and blow shit around and debris and people and cars and fucking, that guy should have had his jaw broke. I can tell you that. That's just my opinion. No one else's. It's not a violent thing.
Oh,
it's called a chin check.
They give you $750 that you have to apply for.
Yeah.
That you have to apply for. It's a loan, so you have to pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, they can take your stuff.
Yeah.
Land, property, any of it.
Jolly, how's it going, Jolly? Welcome.
Jolly's in the house.
Yeah. FEMA, now this is the thing. There was a FEMA place I guess they were a staging area for body recovery and stuff like that. I forget what state it was in. Could have been North Carolina, could have been Florida or Tennessee. Anyway, apparently the rumor is that they were needing at least 500 body bags, allegedly, because the media is still going with the 200 bodies recovered so far.
That hasn't changed in over a week either.
No, it hasn't changed. But I know from sources that I have that are friends to this channel that are in the know that you could probably add another 0 to that. So yeah, they're lying to us. I heard it's not a loan. Someone I know applied and got it, said it didn't have to pay back. Really? Okay. Well, they were all saying it was a loan.
Mm-hmm.
Several people who did apply for it said the fine print on all the forms said it was a loan that had to be paid back. So, but hey, if someone's gotten it and they say it's not a loan, maybe they changed it.
Maybe got the bad press.
Maybe they got the bad press and said, "Oh, let's strike that clause real quick."
Also,
we'll see.
I don't know if they've changed this, but you had to qualify for it. And it wasn't per person, it's per household. So $750 per household, that's not a lot to rebuild your home.
Well, that's only $50 more than what Lahaina people got.
Yeah. Interesting how that went away really quick.
Yes, it did. It did go away real quick. And oh, wait. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Congratulations again. Good stuff on the book.
Yep.
Yep. Um, yeah, you know, it's so FEMA loves you so much that local police there in North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, they're in the affected areas, are putting out videos now on X and other platforms, uh, basically saying don't donate to FEMA,
Yeah.
donate to Samaritan's Purse or churches or individually. Don't donate to FEMA and don't donate to Red Cross.
No.
Well, I've known Red Cross has been a scam for decades. It's they're bad. But I don't know. It's a whole fucking racket. FEMA wasn't like this. You know, the funny thing was, so FEMA didn't rear its ugly head for almost a week
Yeah.
in North Carolina in the affected areas. Okay, and I'm talking affected areas. Now, they may have been in the states that they were going to be servicing, but they weren't at the affected areas. They stayed the fuck out.
Right.
Okay, that's about a week. George Bush and the FEMA back in Katrina days got crucified because they didn't act in 48 hours.
Right.
Figure that shit out. Now the press was dead ass silent on why FEMA wasn't there within 24 fucking hours. You know? But yeah, it's crazy. It gets my blood boiling, FEMA. All right, on the shit list, we have immigration. Again? Yes, I forgot the freaking
What?
question.
It is?
It is? Yes. Immigration.
Yes.
It
is.
Immigration. How many times are we going to hear about some illegal massacring a whole family in their fucking home? You know,
or taking over, apartment complexes.
Yeah. Well, apparently somebody got fucking gruesome balls out in Austin, Texas, because a pack of those bastards decided to do that at another apartment complex there in Austin, or pardon me, San Antonio, not Austin.
Yeah,
San Antonio. Austin's a shithole.
Good music.
Yes, San Antonio. They went in and they raided the whole frickin' apartment building and took a bunch of those guys away. Thank God. Yeah. Oh shit, man. Yeah, I remember my parents saying the same thing about Red Cross. Yeah, Red Cross.
Oh, here's something to put in your bonnet.
Yeah.
Who created FEMA?
Good question.
I looked it up.
Who?
Your friend and mine, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, I can believe it because he's the one that spearheaded the Department of Education. So, yeah FEMA, Federal Emergency Management. Yeah. Good old FEMA. Wasn't FEMA part of the Department of Interior?
Yeah, originally.
Now it's Department of the Homeland, Insecurity.
The Homeland Not Security.
Yeah, Homeland Not Security. It's funny how all these different departments that were part of the United States Interior Department or other agencies were just folded into the DHS. And they really didn't need to be. In fact, there was no necessity for the DHS either. You just needed to clean house with all the agencies' heads that didn't fucking talk to each other.
Yeah, because they did that out of spite.
Well, or you could look at it this way: you could have found out who knew about shit and dealt with them directly.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah. Can you say Black Op anyway?
Yeah. No need for the DHS. No need for the Patriot Act, etc. But hey, I digress. That's just my opinion. Um,
No, it's
yeah.
just, I don't see why we don't put these. I mean, is there even a Department of the Interior left? Is it been disbanded?
Yeah, I think the Bureau of Land Management's still under them.
Oh, that's another
Yeah,
communist
the Bureau of Land
Stasi
Management.
network.
Yeah, yeah, that's one that needs to be examined under a microscope, for sure.
Just ask any rancher about the PLM and what they tell you about it.
Oh yeah, 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 that's true. But yeah, holy crap, dude. We're oh, what the heck? Hang on a second.
Lots of large buttons.
I know lots of large buttons here. I don't know what's going on. They're everywhere.
Wookie never learned to read.
The beeping, the blinking buttons. Holy crap! I'm yeah, I'm fiddling with one of these tabs. So please bear with me as I fiddle with a tab on the browser.
Hey! What you do in your own home is what you do in your own home.
hey now. Yeah, hey now.
I don't have any of the answers. I just ask the questions.
There you go. That's right. Well, you know, Mean Gene. We need Gene Okerlunds. We need a lot of Gene Okerlunds. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Got the balls to ask the questions.
Can interview people with a straight freaking face.
Yes.
Every week.
I love the interviews he did with Frick and George the Animal Steel. Holy shit.
I would say I like the interviews he did with Roddy Piper, but there was no interview. It just Piper gone wild, and me and Gene couldn't get a word in.
He just stood there holding the microphone.
Yeah,
Rod. Love Hot Rod. Love Hot Rod. Holy crap! What's on the next to shit list? Immigration. Yes, here we go. Positive news, people. Positive. Feel the love.
We can't have positivity.
Yeah, positive.
It's an election year.
Yes, it's Trump. And he has no tax on tips, Social Security, and guess what? You buy a car, your car loan interest is deductible off your taxes. Holy crap. Holy crap, Batman. Yeah, and he was in Coachella yesterday. Holy shit. Did he go to like 3 different freaking states yesterday?
I don't know. I know he was.
He did like some on Friday, Saturday was like a marathon. I don't know where the hell is he at today. Who knows? He's one step ahead of those Sams, allegedly.
He came pretty close to the border. Then, if he's trying to get away from him.
Yeah. Good old Coachella. Only about 3 hours from me.
Yeah.
One way. Oh, you are a legend, Cotton. I named my bong Mean Green Okerlund. Oh, you are a legend, sir. That's awesome. Oh, damn. Shit. Can't get any better than that. Let me tell you, brother. But yeah, so Trump
wants permission to bleed.
Yes. So no tax on tips, which really is a boon for a plus for anybody who works in service industry or takes tips. You know, it's great, especially places like Las Vegas, where it's already expensive as fuck to live. And so you're basically living on tips. I know that San Diego is a big tourist hub, so you have a lot of places that take a lot of restaurants a lot of other places, service like golf courses. Holy shit,
Yeah.
you know. I remember because I was in that business for a long time back in the day in
No
San
shit.
Diego, and I do remember there was a moratorium on certain people that worked for the establishment, the club, could not accept tips.
Right.
They wouldn't allow it. The company that you worked for, where so anybody who was part of the quote unquote shop staff, the assistant pros, stuff like that, couldn't get tips. Your cart guy, your bag boys, stuff like that, your caddies, and of course your barmaids, your bartenders, and the freaking restaurant, waiters and waitresses could all get tips. But yeah, they wouldn't allow any of the golf staff outside of the cart crew to get tips. There was even some places that wouldn't allow you to tip even them, like some of your more hoity-toity clubs, where there was no cash allowed.
It's all card.
It was all card or on account. Yeah, that's like culture shock. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, no tax on tips. That's great. That's a big time because tax on tips is it's not your normal tax. It's a little higher, I believe, isn't it? Do you know for sure?
I'm not.
Anybody in the chat know that what the percentage on tips is? It's not the same as your wages. At least it didn't used to be. I thought it was a higher percentage.
Are they
like
still
20% or something?
Like your hourly? If you're a tipped employee, isn't your hourly rate lower than the standard minimum wage?
Traditionally, yeah. If you're a traditional,
I don't know if they've changed that.
Well, it depends on what state too. I mean, California is the only one that I remember before it went, blue.
Tommy.
Yeah, generally the wait staff and bartenders were paid slightly lower based on the regulatory standards of the state.
That's because they got tips to offset that.
Exactly. Yeah, tips would offset, but then their tips are taxed at a certain amount, a certain percentage. I just don't know what it is. Also, yeah, B-Dog, thanks for reminding me. Overtime too. Tax on overtime, because what happens is usually when you get taxed your overtime, it bumps you up into another tax bracket. So then it inflates your freaking, inflates your freaking tax bracket. But yeah, some places tax you higher on just the overtime too. Some states and some feds too. So that's good. Fine by me. Holy shit.
Right.
That still doesn't mean, some of these, strong-fisted freaking companies that don't give overtime.
Right.
B-Dog. Tipping has got out of hand with the new generation. If you're not serving me or delivering something to me, then you do not get a tip. Exactly. That's how it used to be.
Yep.
That's if you're delivering pizzas or DoorDash or some bullshit, okay, fine. Or if I'm at a restaurant and you're my server or waiter, waitress, whatever, of course, you deserve the tip, what may be. But just because you do something, and it's not a tipping type of a position, doesn't necessarily mean you need to get a tip from me. Doesn't mean I'm obligated to give you a tip. Now, if I want to give you a tip, now here's the thing. This goes back to when I was in the golf business. No one had to give the cart boy or the bag boy a fucking tip.
Nope.
Okay? No one had to. It wasn't like, you were doing a job, you're being paid an hourly wage to do your job, just like a waiter or waitress, but the waiters and waitresses, that's, their livelihood is tips. You, on the other hand, is free golf, free food, and freaking getting a little bit of some money on the checks. Now, or some members sliding you some beers. Hey.
Right.
Call that a tip. But yeah, tipping. If it's not a service business, it's not an obligation. Or it's not something that the person should be feeling like they're owed or entitled to. It's at the gratitude of the person who wants to give you a tip. If they want to give you a tip, okay. But like I said, I've had to refuse tips because we weren't allowed to have to get tips.
Right.
And then, which, and when you start doing refusing, you start pissing off the people who want to give you something because they're generous. So we had ways around it, but directly, no. But yeah, so like in case in point, I was not allowed to get tips as a golf professional. I could not take monetary tips. Now, if someone at Christmas time wanted to give me gifts, sure. Or it was my birthday, sure. But you couldn't give me a tip just because you showed up and whatever, we did whatever, got you a better tea time or whatever.
I always made it a rule when we were playing golf all the time to tip the cart girl, with the beers out on the North 40 on the, back nine somewhere. We need another couple beers.
Yeah. When if you're not tipping the people who are actually serving you stuff, serving you drinks, serving you food, delivery pizza, delivery food, you deserve to get your nuts smashed. I don't care.
There is a movie that kind of talks about this called Waiting. Ever since I saw that movie, man, when I go to a restaurant, it's like, please, man, please, and thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't know what they're doing with your food. They're handling your food.
They expect 20% minimum. If you look on, I think it's still the rule of thumb. If you want to call it a rule of thumb,
like 15%, I thought.
It was usually, what it is, this is told to me by somebody, a waitress, years ago, is a fair amount as you look at what the tax amount is, because there's tax on food, and you just take that, whatever the tax is, and you double that, and that would be a fair tip. And that's somewhere in the 15% neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I personally, when I would go out and eat and do stuff, I would purposely give more than 15%. It was just me. It was just how I was. I always wanted to be, generous, especially if you did your job. I definitely want to take care of you. And but I would never begrudge a waiter or a waitress or anybody like that a tip. I would still give them a tip, but I would, only give you the minimum, and I would just take and double that. And typically, like here where I'm at, I think tax in a restaurant's about 8 to 9%. So, somewhere in the 16% neighborhood is a fair amount of the check to get, or double that tax amount. And then I would always round that tax amount up. So like if your tax was like $275 and it came to $550 is double, I would just say $6, give you $6,
Right.
And that's just me. Just round it up. If you're good, then I give you 20. I consider myself a good tipper. Yeah, exactly. I used to hang out with guys. We would go, and Abby knows this because Abby came along on some of our fucking escapades and shit back when I was a golf pro. So there was a group of guys we would play golf with, and we would go after we'd go play golf. It was always a Sunday too. It was a Sunday group, and there was like 5 of us or 6 of us, and we would go out and play. And then afterwards, we would go out to this specific restaurant in town and would go there, and we would order food and everything. So you got whoever the waitress, the first few times, I think we kind of like threw everybody off. But then once we started coming there consistently, it was like a fist fight to get us, because everybody would, no matter what the hell, you got 5 guys, right?
Right.
And 5 guys are going to give a $10 fucking tip each for, the waitress. That's a lot of fucking money for only a $50, $60, or sometimes it could even be double that.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on. So, on top of the bill.
But that was well deserved because they had to deal with us.
Yes, they had to deal with our bullshit and shenanigans, and we took care of them. We greased their palms really well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I worked at country clubs, so yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. If someone fucked with a waitress, their food was yeah. It came back with 11 herbs and spices of some place you didn't want to know about. Yeah.
All natural.
Yeah, all natural. With fiber, too. Yeah. But yeah, it depends on where you go. I mean, listen, not everybody's going to be working in a job that gives them tips.
No.
And it's a lot tougher, I think, for people who work in an industry that is predominantly tips, because you have to really hustle. And unfortunately, you do run into people that are, cheap two-bit assholes.
Right.
And it sucks because you got to kiss their ass, as well. And it really does suck. And that's why I always made it a rule when we would go out, or I'd go out to dinner somewhere back in the day, I would always tip heavy. I would always tip to the plus side just because.
Right.
Maybe it's because I was a little biased because I had dated and known too many waitresses from, different companies and stuff. And so, but still, also because I was working in the service industry, even though I could accept the tip, I knew the value of what it was and the meaning of working for it and, getting it. So,
right.
The key there is you have to work for it and earn it, with just having good job skills, just as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with the mindset that the customer needs you to do your job well, get them what they need, whether it's at fucking McDonald's or, some fucking 5-star Gordon Ramsay fucking place.
Right.
You still have to have that work ethic and treat people well, even the assholes, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So it all comes down to that. Not go ape shit because someone misgendered me. I'm not. They called me a she. I'm a they, them. I don't know what the fuck I am, but I'm not a she. Shit.
Don't get your panties in the wad, Nancy.
No shit. Yeah, what about that bullshit with that school bus bullshit? Did you see that video? That bastard, he beat the shit out of that girl on the sidewalk? And there's like 4 adults standing right there, like watching, like it's MMA or some shit. Yeah. And just standing there as spectators. And lo and behold, one of the fuckers is the goddamn principal or something like that. He's part of the governing board, principal or superintendent or whatever the hell. Standing right there, didn't do a damn thing. And the girl had to go to the hospital, apparently.
Yeah.
Who got beat the shit out of by some dude cosplaying as a chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Cotton, have a good man. Thanks for coming in.
Cotton.
Thanks, man. Have a good week. Rest of your weekend. But yeah, the fucker beat the shit out of the girl. Apparently, I don't know what it was, but apparently the girl that got beat up got suspended, according to her father. That was did a radio interview. That's what I saw on X. So all we can say is allegedly. Don't know, but we'll see. But
yeah.
Shit. Yeah. No shit. I don't want to see that type of shit. Scared what may occur if I did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, dude, I was expecting the guy to walk over and grab the she and, drag her off the chick, but no one touched them. No one did shit.
Well, that's the problem now with the society. You can't touch these fuckers because they, you wind up in sued. This
bastard physically he could have injured this chick bad.
Fucking mental derangement.
On the concrete and shit like that. I mean, I don't give a fuck who you are. Fuck it. I'll put your ass in a fucking Cobra clutch to get your ass off of the fucking kid. I don't give a fuck.
This whole men wanting to be women and do women's sports and shit like that and be in women's restrooms and all that stuff. It's a mental fucking problem, or it's a pedophilia.
It's one of the two. It's either you got a chemical imbalance, dude, and you're fucked up in the head, or you're a goddamn pedophile. There's no two ways around it. One or the other. And it's usually men, the majority of it.
You never see it going the other direction.
Yeah, they just shoot up schools.
You're true. Yeah.
They just shoot up schools. But it sucks. But that's the way our society is going right now.
Oh, goody.
And let's not forget that our government loves us so much that they have to abandon people in times of need, and they confiscate your resources for rescue and supplies and things like that. And they destroy them.
I'm so glad we had enough money to send it to Lebanon.
I know, right?
A country that wants to destroy us.
Yeah. I'm hopeful on Trump, and I think Trump has already a good team, if you want to call them that, especially with Robert Kennedy, because he's got a track record for fighting big corporations with all kinds of different chemical issues and things. And some of the stuff I've seen over this fucking week, just on my day-to-day fucking run around. So if there's anybody left out there watching, anybody in the chat that wants to hit this one up, I posted this on fucking X. But was looking around. I was merchandising some product for a company that we represent. And I got curious and looked at the ingredients on the bag. At the very bottom where it says who the manufacturer and distributor is, there's a statement.
Yeah.
It says, contains bioengineered food products. This is Halloween candy, by the way.
GMOs, lovely.
And it's not just Halloween candy. It's also regular candy.
Yeah.
Bioengineered food products, meaning it's not natural cocoa.
No.
It's not natural sugar. Okay, I can deal with food coloring. But what is the bioengineered part of that shit?
Right.
What are we feeding ourselves? What kind of chemical or what kind of lab-grown fucking mutated shit is being put into food? Now, mind you, this is for kids. Mm-hmm. This is candy. This is Halloween candy.
Yellow dye number 5.
Yeah, it's fucking chocolate. These are chocolate candies. They're regular, you're all of your famous brands, okay? So
Hershey's.
No matter if it's chocolate or if it's your fruit flavored type candies, they all have that statement on the bags.
Well,
you work in an industry that has biological shit. So it's bioengineered food products.
I'll say this.
Okay.
The pharmaceutical industry is shitting a brick right now because RFK Jr. is part of Trump's team.
Mm-hmm.
And he is already on record as saying that he's going to go through the FDA and the USDA and start cleaning house.
Good.
Once he gets in there.
Good.
My company has sent at least 2 emails reminding us to vote and to vote with our, take a good look at who we're voting for and what we're voting for. And, thank you.
They are scared shitless. Yeah. RFK, like I said, RFK's got a track record of going balls to the wall when it comes to taking the fight to corporations over a lot of things. Basically, with I know with pharmaceutical stuff too, he's filed suits against them.
Yeah.
He is an attorney. He's an attorney. So,
these pharmaceutical companies are too big. They are too big.
Well,
they have too much power. They have too much pull. I mean, when they are being advertised every 5 minutes on any pick a channel, pick a station.
Yeah, try YouTube. Fucking YouTube. Same thing.
The NFL brought to you by Pfizer.
Yeah, anyway, exactly. Right.
I'm
getting the monoclonal blah 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 vaccine because I'm over 35. Well, good for you.
Yeah. Go get your vaccines, Travis Kelce, you jackass.
Yes. Allegedly, these are opinions. We're having fun. We're laughing. See, ha 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 ha. We're joking. Anyway, you have RFK, and then you have Elon, who is very good at cutting the fat. I mean, look what the fuck he did with Twitter when he took it over, and he I think he gutted 75% of the staff.
Yeah, 2/3 of the company.
And it's still actually running just as good as it was before.
And then they all didn't want to come back to work, and he said, "Come back to work in 48 hours, or you're fired."
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yep. Oh, and then he moved. Hasn't he moved it already?
Yeah, he's moved it out of San Francisco.
Moved
it to
Texas somewhere. And then you have Tulsi Gabbard, who, of all the Democratic candidates, she was the only one that I had a minute sense of respect for. All the rest of the motherfuckers are just evil bastards. She, on the other hand, has a sense of honor, dignity, and honesty. I don't fully trust her.
No.
But if Trump sees that she has an ability for something in his cabinet, I can see he would probably put her there.
Yeah.
So she's kind of a wild card right now. We don't know. We know what Elon's going to do. We know what RFK is going to do. We know that. And that's enough to scare the living fuck out of the puppet masters. Because that's what's running Washington right now, puppet masters. Washington, D.C. should have never been a city. It was never intended to be a quote-unquote city. Everybody was supposed to live over in fucking Maryland and some shit. They weren't supposed to. The only one that fucking lived in there was the president. Yeah, Virginia, Maryland, wherever. Okay? They weren't supposed to be a fucking town there. City. No. Washington, D.C. was created to be non-biased, non-partisan. Because the original seat of governance was
How's that
New York.
Working out?
Yeah, and now you have Washington D.C., which is just a fucking plague of itself.
Yeah, it is the swamp.
It's a swamp. It should have never been a city, and that's part of the problem.
That's just what happens when you build a city on a swamp. It becomes what it is.
Exactly. But you have issues with food. I mean, dude, what the fuck? I mean, you look at your labels, you start reading shit. Whether it's a protein shake, drink, or a fucking can of soda.
I don't drink soda anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I try not to either. Occasionally, we don't buy it anymore. We don't buy it because it's too fucking expensive. Bidenomics is working. Everything's too fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's working. Driving up the prices. It's working really good.
And I can tell you right now, I saw a chart this morning saying that grocery inflation's up 22%. 22% from when?
Yeah.
When
they don't tell
did
you
it go
that.
to 22%? Is it 22% from 2021? Is it 22% from 2023? Where is it? Because I can tell you right now, with the products that my company represents, that I represent on a weekly fucking basis to grocery stores and big box stores, I can tell you right now, these fucking prices are way the fuck up. Like way up. There's product that I don't sell. Now, I don't sell anything. I merchandise it. We represent it, but I don't write sales.
Well,
all the stores order their own product through their own distribution network. Okay, I don't sell anything.
Here's the thing, too. You got these people who think, the inflation rates, right? They put them out every month or so.
Right.
Inflation is only at blah 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 percent. 3%, 4%, and stuff like that, right? But they don't tell you that it's it compounds from month to month. Inflation hasn't gone down. No. It's just compounding on what was. So, we're at what, 20, 30, maybe 40% inflation overall.
I saw, and I love this YouTuber. I love his channel. But he did one. It was the first time he stepped away from what he normally does, and he's talked about inflation. And I said, he's here. Ha ha!
All right. How's it going?
Right turn, Clyde.
we all safe. Cool here.
We all safe. Cool here.
Yes, it's not just that. I've also got a cup of coffee.
Oh, good Lord.
Dog, watch out.
I never get a chance to have one on stream, now you've done it.
Is it decaf or regular?
It's definitely regular.
There you go.
Unless it's irregular.
It's irregular.
Well, if it's irregular, it fits right in with this show.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's irregular.
Well, I suppose I'm in the right place then.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were we were talking about what time is it? Okay. Are you just late, or is it 5 o'clock back there? Girl. I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure if you guys changed your time already. You guys didn't do daylight savings time.
No,
it's 6 o'clock over there.
Not at the moment. No, it's about 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. I just threw me off. I'm like looking.
We just stuffed it. We just stuffed our faces. So.
Okay, awesome sauce. What'd you have? Where'd you go?
Yeah. We went to the kitchen. So
good place. I hear there's
food. It was a good place, and sometimes there is. And this might surprise you, but I actually took the reins of the cooking for a change. So far we've survived.
Lord.
Watch out, it's Gordon Ramsay.
And we didn't burn the house down. So that's
well, that's a plus.
That's a plus.
I mean, it was just eggs and chips. So
nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Our oven is bust, so we just did the chips in the pan and the eggs in the frying pan. So
nice.
Okay.
There you go. Fry it up, baby.
And I successfully managed. So
awesome sauce. Awesome.
But I do have I've got some really bad news.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
My coffee's finished.
Oh, damn. Do you
I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens.
Do you need another one?
No, I'm all right.
Oh,
that's my limit for the day. It's my third one for the day, so that'll do me. I'll be bouncing off the wall.
Abby says he needs another coffee.
Right. So what have I missed then?
Well, we've been talking about. We talked about Kamala Harris. Talked about FEMA. We talked about immigration. We talked about Trump's no tax on a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
And the fact that
good stuff that give us joy and happiness in the world.
Yes, joy, happiness.
Yeah.
Like inflation. We were just talking about inflation and stuff, and
it's always good, isn't it? Yeah.
Prices and things like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it when things are more.
I was talking about a YouTuber that I follow, a great guy, completely different. He does a completely different YouTube niche. Great. I actually own one of his books. But he did a video on inflation.
Ah.
And he did it about a week or so ago.
Okay.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with exactly what he was getting at.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily agree with the percentage that he was presenting as the overall inflation percentage as a nation currently, because the highest prices right now that I personally see, because I work for a company that represents food manufacturers and other manufacturers in retail, and I see the prices of the products that I have put my hands on 5 days a week, and I can tell you that there are several lines of food or drinks that are in comparison between now and say when I started back with the company in October of 2020 are double the price in some cases, depending on the retailer. Now you have but for the most part, some of the products are, especially the drink stuff, is double the price, or damn near, or 75% higher.
Wow, is that all?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why not just go for 100%?
You go from something that was just a couple of bucks a 32-ounce bottle to being $3.99 a 32-ounce bottle. You know, that's damn near double the price. You know, so
it must be great.
I see that occur.
It must be great being the guy that makes up all these rules and prices and stuff. It must be great.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But
I think they have a roulette wheel and they spin it, and whatever it lands on, that's the price of the day.
Yeah, there was a fella, I don't know who it was, but I think, was it you, Abby, that told me about the guy that posted an order, because he placed online orders back 3 years ago. I think it was like a Walmart order. And he ordered specific items back 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then he did the same exact products, manufacturer, brand, everything.
He compared the receipts.
Compared the receipts, and it was fucking double.
Yeah. Same things.
Double. Yeah, same exact things. And no deviation. Exact same stuff. It was double the fucking price what he paid 4 years ago. So for anybody to say that inflation is gone down or it's whatever is full of shit.
Well, they don't understand. You know, it's compounding.
Food inflation is affected by a couple of different factors. But one of the factors that a lot of people don't even fucking think about, but that had the most effect on the food prices, at least the products that I see, were directly related to, I don't know, the 30 some odd freaking farms, ranches, and dairies that got burnt down mysteriously inside a 2-year period
Egg ranches,
here in the United States.
Meat packing plants.
10,000 cattle just keel over. Oh, climate change. What?
Yeah.
We got fucking cows over here.
Wait a minute.
Actually, we got cows over here in the fucking desert. 120 fucking degrees, 6 months out of the year. They ain't dead.
Hang on a second. You're not suggesting that these things are connected, are you?
Well, they're connected to, like, oh shit, something happened. That's for sure.
Let's put on our tinfoil hat now.
Yes, shall we? No, but what I'm getting at is factors like that where you have an enormous amount.
So one of
you have an enormous amount of loss.
Our tinfoil hats are practically test.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, B-Dog, 30 to 40% is good. You're over the target, I can tell you that, dude. You're over the fucking target. No question about that. Yeah. And we're all we're all screwed.
Proper
Just
screwed.
over 100 is almost 4. Yeah. And so what happens is you have basically the food processing is being under attack. So and it goes from either the processing plant, like there was like several food processing plants, not the farms or ranches, but the processing plants themselves were basically demolished because of either a fire or a plane crash. Okay. Now, from what I understand, a lot of these fires were all deemed as not all, but in the beginning, some of them were it's a mystery. Okay. We don't know why the fucking thing self-fucking combusted. But then other jurisdictions who were actually looking into it found that it was arson related. And more and more of them were finding that these were arson related. So they were, arson. Allegedly.
No doubt all of the meat alternatives and vegan processing plants are completely everything proof, right? Nothing happens to them.
No, nothing happens to them.
Nothing happens to them except nothing happens to them except they're not selling.
Yeah. No one's buying their shit.
It's so fucking bad. We lost an account. I won't say what the brand is, but we lost the account.
Oh, come on.
They couldn't fucking sell the product. It was just, their sales were horrendous.
Where's the fun in that? You don't tell us who it is.
I know.
Couldn't back out the sales any other way.
Ruin everything.
Nobody fucking would buy it. And I remember, this is the funniest shit. I remember one day, I walked into a store, a grocery store, and went to the back to the meat department, and their open cooler section, and they would have all the prepackaged meat, and there was a rush, right? So especially like during COVID, everybody buy shit, right? They'd buy all the fucking meat, pork, chicken, meat, whatever, turkey, fucking the other shit was still sitting there. And now, of course, these products, these non-meat products, they're all expensive. They're more.
There's like twice the price.
A pound of that, fake meat is double the price of a pound of, 80-20 or 75-25 beef, right? Ground beef, the same weight, a pound. So it's like, what the fuck? Well, and they're coming out with innovative ways to push this shit. So they have these fake meat sausage, fake meat bratwurst, the fake hamburger meat.
It's also supposed to taste like the real stuff, right?
Fake chicken patties, chicken strips, chicken nuggets.
What are they putting in that fake crap to make it taste like the real stuff?
I don't know.
What chemicals are they putting in that to make it taste like real beef?
I can tell you this much, especially for the ones that proclaim that they were the beef alternative.
Well,
okay, they're not claiming that they were chicken or anything else. It was the beef alternative,
right?
Because they'd be in the beef case, they'd be marked as beef alternative.
Oh,
yeah. After about a week, dude, if they weren't frozen,
right,
dude, they changed color. Yeah. No, it's not a pretty sight.
Right.
Not a pretty sight, dude. I will tell you, they changed color drastically. Yeah. So when they first get them in, if they're fresh,
it's probably not going to
taste thaw them out, they look like ground beef. It looks like ground beef. But after about a week sitting in the cooler, they don't look like ground beef anymore. They look like ground shit.
Right.
Right.
And nobody's going to want to pay $8 a fucking pound for ground shit. But that's what you're faced with. But like I said, so the inflation starts with the scarcity of the supply. So if you have an attack on the supply chain, whether it's the actual beef itself or the chicken place or the dairy, okay, if these things are being destroyed, they can't produce the products to begin with. That means you can't send anything to the processing plant. Well, if you destroy the processing plant, now you have no place to process, or you've limited your venues of to be able to process this food into chicken patties and stuff like this. Now, understand this.
If you're a local butcher.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So if you understand this, understand this one thing too. The same place, I'm just going to use this as an example. There's no bearing on anything. If you consider a place, say like Tyson Chicken, their processing plant does both commercial, meaning for restaurant or specific branded fast food places. They produce the chicken, whether it's a patty or a strip or a nugget or whatever, or raw, just the chicken parts, right, to that the commercial entity. Whereas everything else is packaged and processed in the consumer market. So you're going to have their branding on whatever chicken nuggets or chicken legs or whatever it might be, right? They produce a wide range of chicken products. Right. So those places both are getting affected. So if you're watching fast food prices go up, it's because McDonald's or Wendy's or whoever the hell, whatever kind of freaking shit slinging place is having to pay for that. It's gone up. Right. So gone are the days of the dollar menu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, B-Dog. Oh yeah. I heard all about that shit.
Oh yeah.
I heard all about that shit.
Then about Mike Tyson.
Tyson.
No, Tyson Foods.
Tyson Foods.
Oh, right, okay.
Fired,
that's what I say.
They didn't fire a bunch of citizens. They fired almost whole plants and replaced them with illegals because they'll work cheaper.
Oh yeah, of course they will.
That's why Tyson's chicken prices haven't gone up. They've manipulated the market, allegedly.
There's that word
lowering their overhead. So they lowered their overhead by getting rid of people who actually know what the fuck it is they're doing in these processing plants and farms, and hiring in people who are going to willfully work for less.
Right.
And so
they're happy to get a wage.
They're happy to get a wage, but
even if it is less.
The funny thing is in the retail side, I've already seen packaging issues. You can't make this shit up. I mean, some of these places where you might have a run of some packaging that might be off a little bit, but it also takes somebody who knows what the fuck it is they're doing, that runs the machines. They can get the package, get it squared away, stop the process, go back, realign the fucking machine so that it's packaging the product correctly in the way that the company wants their brand shown and the way it's supposed to be shown, in the package, whether it's a bag or whatever. I've already seen it. It's fucking pathetic. But again, all these forces that people don't see, everybody's talking about inflation this, inflation that, but they're not seeing the fact that behind the scenes, the product is being attacked, the product manufacturing or the packaging plants are being attacked. That's increasing the prices of everything on the wholesale level. That means the price that you're going to pay at the supermarket or the meat counter is going to be more.
Yeah.
Because now it's supply and demand. If the supply is going down, the demand is going up. What happens? The price shoots up.
Right.
Because they can't keep up with the demand.
There was something I saw about farmers. Farmers were getting screwed by the supermarkets, because they're not paying enough for the product that they're getting in.
Produce, yeah.
I'm sure I saw that somewhere. It was like last year or the year before, if I remember.
People try, companies try to get themselves involved with local distribution of vegetables and fruits because it does take a little bit to get them, to keep them fresh.
Right.
Case in point, when you go to the supermarket and you see a fresh load of bananas, and they're all motherfucking as green as the label on your screen right here. They're all green. Well, there's a point to that because they're picked green in South America, and they have to be trucked into the United States. Because guess what? Bananas not necessarily grown in the United States anymore.
No.
They're growing in Mexico and other places south of the border. So they have to come across the border. And there's a cooling plant. They'll take them to a cooling plant, which helps retard the aging process. They'll take them to a cooling plant. And now a lot of this stuff, a lot of these farms, these, I'm going to use bananas as an example. So you have a banana farm that's owned by, let's say, Dole. So Dole Foods, which is primarily fruits and vegetables, fruits mostly.
Yeah.
They have their own farm, and then right here in my town, there's a Dole cooling system here. Now they do the stuff that's farmed locally. They'll have contracts. Some of the fields are owned by Dole, and so they'll bring in the product, the melons and things like that, which will get picked, and they'll be brought into the cooling area, the cooling plant, to cool down so that they can then be sorted and gone through and then packaged and then shipped on their way to whoever the supermarket is. So, but again, try shipping bananas from California to fucking New York. They'll start out bright green here, and then by the time you get them over there, they're like a minion. They're fucking yellow.
Yeah.
And then depending on the humidity and the weather, they don't last. That's another thing. Bananas do not last.
No.
Especially in a climate that has heat. RJ William, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, RJ. How are you?
All right, RJ, how are you doing?
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. So, yeah, the bananas and stuff will start to ripen quickly if they're not chilled. So, but again, you're looking at the prices for those products. Also have things like fuel. The fuel it takes to truck that to market, truck it around, it's all amortized into the price. You get it from the field or the orchard, you bring it to the cooling plant, the packing plant, and it takes time there with workers and wages. And then by the time it gets to the market, what was it? The wife was telling me that she went to get some cucumbers yesterday. Okay. Now, the cucumbers, what did she say they were from? Fry's, which is a Kroger supermarket. She went over to get some cucumbers. Hey there, Pop Cotton. Actually, no, it was not Fry's. It was Walmart. And she saw the sign that said cucumbers,
right,
88 cents.
Pop Cotton, how you doing?
Yep, Pop Cotton, I'll do it. 88 cents for cucumbers. Well, she just assumed it was 88 cents a pound.
Oh,
it was
shit.
88 cents. It was 88 cents each.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And then same thing with oranges. She went and got some, I don't know, orange we don't usually get, but anyway, it's pretty good size orange. And again, same difference. Wow. Instead of being a per pound, it was a per each price.
Yeah.
Which is just short of $1 each. So she was not happy about that.
Oh, no.
And so, but you're seeing this is changing now from pounds to eaches. Now, there's always been produce that you would have to buy by the each, of course. Big stuff. Melons. Some are either by the each. They might sell them by the pound. But, some apples, large stuff, grapefruit, stuff like that, usually eaches. But, but the prices are just going up. And it's more conducive to sell per each than per pound in some cases. But it's crazy. Inflation is out there. And B-Dog did it right. It's closer to 34 to 40% at the supermarket right now. And I'm talking 30 to 40% from when Trump left office. I'm not talking about, and I see people talk about how, inflation's only gone up like 3 or 4% from last year. Yeah, well, guess what? In the intervening times, it was motherfucking like 40%.
That's what it was last month.
Yeah.
That was an increase from last month.
Yeah,
exactly. They don't understand it's cumulative.
Yeah, Abby, you got to bail.
I got to get out of here.
Yeah, you got to bail, Abby. Okay. You know what? I think we'll end the stream now since we've been on for about an hour and a half. But I want to thank Abby for being here, and I want to thank Cruel for stopping by as well.
Popping in,
yeah.
Yeah.
I like your new avatar there, Cruel.
Clyde. I've had it for a while. I just don't use it that often.
Clyde.
Clyde.
I want to say thank you, Papa Cotton, RJ Williams. Good Stuff was in here. B-Dog. Who else was in here? There was somebody else in here. Oh, yeah. Jolly's the man. Gonna watch his channel. Snow Dove.
All right.
Jolly. Yep. So, anyway.
Decepticon.
Decepticon, yes. Decepticon was in the
Decepticon.
All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And thank you, everybody, for watching on your cell phone, computer, or TV on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for watching on Rumble. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, I'll go back to do the Friday night show again. It's just this last week was really, really hectic for me. 10-hour days, so that cut into my time.
Oh, good.
All right.
But
the cat girl. Well,
we're
signing
cat
off.
girl, you're just in time to say hello and goodbye. I'm sorry.
Yes,
we're signing off. But thank you for coming in,
Alex. Animations.
Yes,
we're
Alex,
cutting out there, kid.
Finally woke up, and you decided to get on the stream, Alex.
You're not just late. You're too late.
We've been on for about
the
cat girl. We've been on for about an hour and a half now, and Abby has to go, and so I need to go as well. We're about 30 minutes over what I was estimating. So, but
I just got here. Thank you.
Yeah, he just got here, unfortunately. So it happens. But again, next Friday we'll be on 4:30. Next week we'll talk about some fun stuff on the Beer 30 show, and then of course also next Saturday night will be Cryptids and Conspiracies. We're talking about werewolves, werewolf. Werewolf. Their wolf. We're going to talk about werewolves. So, anyway, we will see you all next week. Again, thank you for coming. If you were late getting here, I'm sorry. We did start a little bit after 9, but again, we'll be back on 4:30 Pacific next Friday. Sunday we'll be on at 9 a.m. again Pacific, and 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturday for Cryptids and Conspiracies.
Yes.
Okay. Now that I'm done jibber jabbing, let's talk about saying goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
See you later.
Love you. Thanks for being on. And
bye, everybody.
And here's some cool tunes on the way out.
We all just want to party. Yes, we don't care what we're told. No, we only just got started.